not built.
Whatever motivates you is what you should use as your motivation. So if your motivation is, I want to be skinny and make a lot of money, you know?
I'm saying strippers don't necessarily have to work out to be a stripper. You could be skinny, have a nice pair of boobs and, a perky butt, and you can make, a crap ton of money. Men,
You've been in the Midwest too long.
Yeah.
If you go to Vegas, go to LA, go to New York, I mean, you will find women who you cannot believe. You're like, how are you just stripping? How are you not in like movies? How are you, and these girls, yeah, they work out. The A-listers, yeah, they're in the gym and working on their fitness.
but they're not ripped. They're not like
They
bodybuilders.
don't have to be bodybuilders. Guys don't want bodybuilders. They want women that have curves. So if like
at least that's what they tell the girls.
Some of the girls that were at the forward party that we were at with Machine Gun Kelly, they were strippers and they looked real good. Like they go to the gym. You don't get a butt like that without going to the gym.
I feel like
Just because there are people in the Midwest who are okay with going to a club and seeing C-section scars and
stretch
cigarette
marks.
burns on the inside of their thighs.
There's clubs like that in the big cities too.
I know there are. They're just a little bit further
And
out.
Bill's been to them.
Yeah, that's the first strip club I ever went to was in Vegas. It was I was 18, and it was one of those ones where you could be 18 and go in, so they weren't serving alcohol.
You went to Vegas when you were 18?
Yeah.
Is this after you got kicked out of...
No, this is like before. I actually went with my brother.
His first mission was...
So they didn't know that you went to the strip club?
No. I didn't tell anybody.
Your brother corrupted you.
You went to Foxy Girls on the old strip, didn't you?
I don't know what it was called, but we went in. It was like in the back of a porn shop.
A lot of rolls in those clubs.
It was weird.
The back of a porn shop?
Yeah.
Weird.
Which in Vegas is real hard to tell where those are exactly,
So your brother, is that the
Chinese
brother
restaurant.
that's not Mormon?
No, he is Mormon, but he was, he's not perfect.
He was
Just 'cause
on
he's
like
Mormon.
Mormon Rum Springa or whatever?
Sort of, I guess. So we're just like, we went to Vegas. We drove there through the night, got there, walked around. I was 18, so we couldn't do anything. Like
He was on
he'd go and
Bone
gamble for
Springer.
a little bit, and then like come back and I'd be like, "Well, did you have fun?" And so then we're like, "Let's go to a strip club." And the only ones we could go to were ones like that. So we went and sat there and drank Sprite and watched ladies wiggle their vaginas. And
Right.
we were just like, "All right."
They're not sending the beautiful babies out for the teenage guys who aren't buying alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have alcohol. It was
It was
all
a
about,
straight
like,
edge strip club?
Yeah, because that was the ones that had 18, they were 18
What?
plus, yeah.
That's how they let you in, is that they didn't serve any
Right.
alcohol. Gotcha.
It was like a juice bar
And I'm
strip
sure
club.
if we would have stuck around and talked to the girls, we could have gotten more than just like a lap dance, but we were not feeling the place at all. We were there for like a half an hour.
Wow.
And I was 18 years old and I was like in over my head. I'm like, this is really uncomfortable. I don't understand why people like this.
You were awash in naked women.
Isn't it weird to have like a public boner? Like, everyone in that room.
See, that's the thing is I didn't even get turned on at all.
But some people do.
Public Boner's my favorite band.
I was like 3, 2, 1. They're on that Death Grip show, I think.
I think the idea
Public
of
boner and Death Grips.
sitting around with a bunch of guys like a bachelor party, going to a strip club and being like, yeah, we got all these strippers and hoes and like getting like that seems more strange to me, but I mean, I get public boners all the time.
Yes, but people don't know. People don't assume that you have a public boner unless it's visible. But at a strip club,
I make sure that people know.
But at a strip club, you pretty much assume if your buddy's getting a lap dance, you pretty much assume he's turned on, you're turned on, your friends are over there
I always
watching.
ask him just to make sure. I don't want him to be, not turned on. I'm like, you got turned on, right?
When
you got a boner.
My first, because we had like a bachelorette thing when Gwen and I were getting married. But my first marriage, some guys that I knew that were kind of more my ex-wife's friends, but they were friends of friends. I kind of knew them. They wanted to throw me a bachelor party. I'm like, okay. They were like country club guys, and and because I didn't really know that many people, I had a couple of friends in this mix. They were like, no, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. It's gonna be great. These were like older guys, like cigar smoking, golfing type guys, and they got we had steak dinners and all that stuff, and I was like, oh God, I would have never done this for myself. They had like strippers and they're going in the back. Basically, it was an excuse for a lot of these already married dudes to pork a stripper
That's what it is.
on the back of me getting married. And I I came home like covered in body paint. And
Just
I'm like,
feeling
oh,
gross.
it was just weird. It's, listen, naked chicks, awesome, more the merrier. But it was just weird. It was like the last 5 minutes of Requiem for a Dream. I'm like, I gotta get out of here, man.
I've never done a bachelor party. I've never been to one. I was supposed to go to one for Mike Beater last year, but I was incredibly sick that day, so I couldn't go. And then I've never been invited to another one. I have a weird life.
The closest I've gotten to a bachelor party is like being
Performing at one.
no. I've been over to one of my friends' house with a group of like my other friends, and we had a porno playing, and we all watched the porno together.
So weird.
That's why I said it's weird. And these were straight guys. I was the only gay one, but there was porn playing on the TV, and they're all like, "Wow, that girl's pretty hot." Like, "Oh yeah, I wish a girl would do this to me." I'm like, "Oh, this is getting awkward. This is getting awkward." They're like, "Do you think that thing's real?" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go."
Do you think that thing's real?
Nobody will get up to answer their phone. They're all sitting on the floor like legs crossed.
And the thing is, I knew everybody was turned on because nobody, other than like some people would say random comments every now and again to like break the ice and stop the awkwardness. Nobody said a word. Everyone was perfectly still. Nobody was like looking at their phones. Nobody was tweeting.
Yeah,
Nobody.
it's an inherently awkward situation. So why would you?
Have it on in the first place.
Right.
So everyone's just sitting.
Like, I don't need icebreakers, bro. All right, if we're gonna do this, let's just do this. But there's no. It's a lose-lose because there's nothing worse than a room full of people watching porn and you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah, and it was
and
loud.
nobody's saying anything.
The
and
porn was loud. The girl was loud.
creepy.
And everyone's just like, whoa.
Yeah, but it's
yuck.
like you watch porn too. Like, are you really that enamored by a porn when a bunch of your buddies there? Like, I would be so like the one time when we did the St. Patrick's Day and I bought a porn and put it in there to like as a joke.
no one was turned on.
I wasn't like I want to do this so everybody thinks I did it because I thought it'd be funny if everybody got back onto the bus and then there was a porno playing, not so that everybody could be like, hey, let's all get in the mood, right?
That's what I'm saying. It was weird.
Let's get everybody in the mood. Let's see if we can have a real show crossover.
Oh my God.
Yeah.